This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 train. The next stop is
Wall Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Through midnight, July 7th, there will be a 50% discount that you can redeem at notyouradvisor.com/4th, spelled the number 4, then TH.
Happy Friday, everyone. This is Not Your Advisor with NYU Grad on June 27th. July 4th weekend will not be canceled this year. The algos and Wall Street robots defended the markets in the afternoon after the headline correction that started with U.S. versus Canada and tariff jitters. But into the close, the market furiously bounced. Let's cover today's markets. Just as a quick reminder, next week is July 4th. I suspect very low volumes, unless some news-driven thing starts to happen. Most of the folks I know are either taking 3 days off next week for a very long weekend, or they've already started their vacations before on Memorial Day and are barely working. And some people are taking off right tonight after work, heading to the airport and taking like 4 days off next week, which means they'll be off for like 9 straight days. So it's going to be very low volume. And I've included a chart here of the ES, which is the S&P futures contract, made a V-bottom U-turn right around 3 o'clock today. It's funny how that happens, huh? Let's cover real quickly the breadth numbers, and I'll peel this onion here. We had 1,041 new highs on the session versus only 141 new lows. 53% advanced versus 43% declined. 26% were below the 50, and 43% were below the 200-day. If I had to really summarize the bounce in the afternoon, it was really 3 stocks, maybe 4. Google, Amazon, Meta, and Apple. Apple was only up 0.04%. But the volume, if you take a look at any of those 4 charts, you'll see massive spike in buying volume. And as you know, the composition of the Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ are highly correlated to these Mag 7, and I suspect that that is how the market operators made that bounce. Because if you take a look at the entire Philadelphia Semiconductor Index, it barely budged. It pretty much closed at the previous close. So without the participation of Tesla, yes, NVIDIA was up 1.7%. It was mostly those 3, Amazon, Google, and Meta, and a little bit of Apple. So if you have to run for the weekend, that really is the summary of it. But let's keep going here. We had, looking at profitable companies in the NASDAQ that made new session highs, we had 20, including names like NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Netflix. Looking at sectors for the day, consumer cyclical was up 1.5%, communication services up 1.2%, industrials up 1%, consumer defensive 0.5%, financials up 0.2%, real estate up 0.2%, tech only 0.25%. This is what I mean. Tech did not lead. It was only up 0.25% today. For the week ended, we had a great week. The only sectors in the red were real estate, down 0.45%, and energy, down 2.9%. In the S&P to the upside today, you had Nike off of earnings up 15%, Boeing 5.9%, Equinix 5.3%, Royal Caribbean 4.6%, Howmet 4.5%, Carnival 4.1%, C.H. Robinson 3.7%, Norwegian Cruise Line 3.7%, FedEx 3.5%, and Hilton 3.1%. In the NASDAQ, you had ARM up 4.6%, Alphabet was up 2.8%, Amazon 2.8%, and Gilead 2.8% as well. To the downside in the S&P, you have Palantir down 9.3%. Coinbase, which has been strong of late, is down 5.7%. Enphase Energy 4.9%. Newmont Mining 4.1%. In the NASDAQ 100, you had Palantir again, AppLovin down 3.9%, and Marvell down 3.5%. Let's switch gears over to macro and best defended as well as the Mag 7.
We can't forget that this is just a small taste of the in-depth analysis that Not Your Advisor provides. They don't just throw numbers at you, they connect the dots, find those hidden trends, and help you understand what's driving the markets.
If you want the full picture, you got to check out the full Not Your Advisor episode.
Don't forget to subscribe to notyouradvisor.com.
And all their premium content. I mean, it's like having a direct line to what's really going on in the market.
It is. It really is. They cut through all the BS and give you the kind of info that you just won't find anywhere else.
Think about this. Investing is all about making decisions that work for you and your goals. You're the one in control.
Not Your Advisor can give you the map, but you choose where you want to go.
And with that empowering thought, we'll sign off. Happy investing.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.